The U.S. Congress may start getting involved a lot more in how much Spotify pays artists. We're going to talk about it in today's video. What's up, guys? This is Omari with No Nonsense Music Marketing, the #1 place for music business and industry advice online. If you are not subscribed already, click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get updates on every new video we drop, because this is important information you need to act on today very quickly for your music career, such as the one we're going to talk about, which I've been alluding to for some time. We have it on record of me alluding to this. U.S. Congresswoman drafts legislation for a new streaming royalty that will be paid directly to artists. I'm going to talk about it and talk about some of the good and bad things I think are within this. So a U.S. Congresswoman is drafting legislation that would compel Spotify and others to pay a new streaming royalty directly to artists. Let's skip down. So the bill hasn't been publicly released at the time of this writing. This is from digitalmusicnews.com, by the way. But the letter states in part, while the music industry has experienced an economic revival with the success of streaming services, the current lack of regulation or codified streaming music royalty program has driven a race to the bottom. That's their opinion, and declining each year, leaving working musicians with little of the income generated from these platforms. So let's break this down. I want to note this. The model would also employ the Copyright Royalty Board to calculate and distribute royalties for streaming services, according to TechCrunch, to which the mentioned lawmaker said that Spotify specifically is acting in bad faith in many ways. All right. How could this be solved? So they're on the right path where it is incorrect. In my opinion, is coming up with another board, another agency, another government agency that is going to be overseeing this. And, they're going to be the ones taking care of us rather than letting the free market correct this. Now, as I said, I will give them props for being on the right path. But no, we don't need another government intervention to come save us from something. The method that is the best for this would be that artists can set the price per stream of their songs. So this is similar-ish to SoundCloud's, they call it fan-powered royalties, and we have a video of that somewhere, an article on our website at omarc.com. But the SoundCloud model is more so if you pay, like the subscription you had this month, if you played like 50% of your listens were to one artist during that month, then after, I believe it's if a subscriber spent 50% of his or her time listening to one act, for example, half of the post-fee subscription cost would make its way to that artist. It doesn't even have to get that complicated. Like if it was just pay per stream, where you still pay your $10 a month, but then you at least have the chance of upsells on these platforms. It would take clever marketing to get people on board with that. I've seen some of you guys' comments talking about how you don't know if people would be comfortable. They're too used to paying their $10 a month, and we don't know if they'd be comfortable being upsold. For instance, like people who do play a bunch of music per month, we don't need to cap the income that's coming in. Like we don't need to cap that at $10 a month or cap it at $15 a month. If somebody wants a bunch more music, if you're consuming more of a product, like music's not a buffet. This is something I agree with Taylor Swift on, for instance. She talked about this. Music is not just some buffet we should not get people used to this. The work is art, and if you want more, like I agree with the subscription model of they should just pay their $10 a month. But the way to fix that fan power model that SoundCloud is doing, and that I believe the Congresswoman's drafting legislation to be more similar to the SoundCloud model. Which Spotify says in March, they said they were open to it, with the caveat that the shift requires broad industry alignment to implement. But this one is slightly different. I think the slight difference is very important in the future of the music industry. Whenever we have this buffet style. Eventually, like it's just putting a Band-Aid on the problem. You need to lift the buffet style away from the music industry. It needs to be the hybrid fan powered model, where if I have $3 left, let's say I play, every song is 1 cent per stream, or whatever the artist decides that is, and you paid $10 at the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month you have $3 left over before it charges you that $10 again. Whoever you did play the most during that month, you can just assign that leftover money goes directly to the artist you played the most. Or you can select the artist that you want the money to go to. But that way, if you do play more than your $10 a month, like if you're just a music heavy person, you love listening to music, then you should understand that supporting the artist, it's not the old model where you have to pay $12 for every CD. This is still a lot more affordable for you to consume the music, and it ensures it gets rid of all this mucky stuff that we're talking about with the government trying to make this copyright royalty board, or they might already have it. I've never heard of it before, but having another entity act as this authority, this fact checker. Whereas if we just had one set percentage that goes to the company, like let's say they take 20%, that's fine. Or Apple, whenever iTunes was more popular, used to take 30%. I still think that's still relatively good. So they take their cut for coming up with the technology and organization and all that stuff, and then the artist just gets the rest. Like they work off that profit with with what they're working with, and then the artist just gets the rest of that. And their team, they split between their team that way. And we don't need all these other entities in between there. Like with that, it's just another one that we have to trust of, what are they going to do? Like giving too much power to them. So if it is just a clean split that way, we don't have to look behind, we don't have to peel behind the numbers and all this other stuff. Like it's just a clean split, especially if it was on a blockchain, or we don't have to trust anybody. We can just see everything ourselves, or many people can go in and look at it. That way it protects everybody. It's a clean split. Everybody's people are still getting paid for coming up with the technology in the system. And then the rest of that's going to the artist to work with. Everybody already sets their price per stream, so you can't complain you're getting paid too little because you set the price per stream. This solves all of that. And it solves the problem of capping the income. Like if you want to come out with a new song and this project is incredible, such as Taylor Swift, somebody for this, tag her in this. If she's listening to this, she would be the one most interested in it, and she has a big enough influence. I'd say her and maybe a few others have enough influence to have like Spotify CEO fly out to see them, for instance. Like those people can really get stuff done. So I would say that model that I just described is far more beneficial for everybody. It's even more beneficial for the platform that comes with the technology because you're not capping the income. While most people would be completely fine, an overwhelming majority of the percentage of people who listen to music would be absolutely fine with that $10 a month. Like they wouldn't listen to more than $10 a month worth. You still have a small sector that may play up to $15 a month worth, or they may like go crazy one month whenever their favorite new artist album comes out and it's like 3 cents per stream or 5 cents per stream or whatever. Like the Kanye incident, for example, that would have been a perfect one where he was trying to sell his stem player for $200, but if it was just 5 cents per stream to listen to it for the first like 2 weeks or the first month, he would have made way more money. Far more money from the streaming than doing the stem player, because people would have absolutely played Kanye's music for 5 cents a stream versus, if it's an indie artist and you don't have that much pull, you may still have to do the 1 cent per stream for your new releases, or 2 cents per stream maybe. But realistically, like the indie artist would just keep it at the 1 cent per stream. And there would be that flat rate, that kind of unspoken flat rate for most people to upload the music. But this idea is out there, guys. I put this one out there. I've explained it I explain what's wrong. I don't think the intentions are necessarily malicious for this congresswoman. I think they're fine intentions. I think the end solution that they want to get to is not the most beneficial one. I think it's and thus, since it's not the most beneficial one, it may just be a waste of time. So that's what I fear with that. You all feel free to tag whoever in this. Tag the congresswoman. I'm still looking for her name on here. I did not see the name. I know. Let's see. According to a post this is with the Union of Musicians and Allied Workers were the ones coming up with this, and then I believe this is being coordinated with U.S. Representative Rashida Tlaib. So if you all want to tag anybody in this, I would not be mad at you. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think my idea is superior to the rest of these ideas that are out there. I think Spotify's fan power model comes the closest to what I was saying. And some people have mentioned Scribe. To me, Scribe is not my idea. It's not the exact same. So I think the particulars on my idea are very important. That's why I've been stressing them. I think the fan power model gets the closest to it. So I'd be most in favor of the fan powered model that SoundCloud has come out with. But I still think my idea is even better because it doesn't cap the income. It has some of those other, like the price setting whenever the song first comes out. I think that's really important too. And I think artists, as I mentioned before, such as Taylor Swift or Kanye, would really, really like that feature. And it's just more clean for everybody. Like, you know how much something's going to cost whenever it comes out. And the people who really support artists, most people are going to save. It's going to be the same exact cost. It's going to be that $10 a month or $12 a month, whatever the streaming rate is. So it's not going to cost people more. It's just going to be more transparent for everyone. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to hear from you. I want to hear any suggestions you think that could be improved upon. Leave us wherever you're watching this, Instagram, YouTube, wherever we got this up. Leave us a comment. Let me know what you think. And hit that wherever you're watching this as well. Hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button to get updates on every new video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.